This journey was on Lake Titicaca. We stayed the night on the Isle of Taquile. The Taquilean people live on a remote island on Lake Titicaca. This was our boat ride. There's about 2.5 to 3 hours from Puno, Peru. This is me enjoying the ride. Yeah, and my husband. We were actually, trying to entertain ourselves on this long journey, but it was definitely worth it because staying the night with one of the local Taquilean people who speak Quechua was pretty interesting. And this is the port here as we arrived. It's beautiful water on Lake Titicaca. Very, very cold. This was the journey. Of course, it was very high in altitude at this time, and we were like fighting for our lives to get off that boat and get a breath. And we had a lot of cocoa leaves and cocoa tea. This is the actual house and the family house that we stayed at. It's about 8 rooms here. We stayed in that little area right there, that little house. And this is supposed to be they're very, very remote, very ancient people who are Incan descendants and have a lot of Incan still traditions. They didn't have any hot water or even heat, and it's very cold here. So we're kind of worried about how it was going to be there. And we were actually told that it was going to be very remote as far as like they might even have an outhouse on some of these houses. So we were kind of skeptical at first, but we definitely want to enjoy the culture. And this is the island itself. And you can see the different areas and the families that live here, little cute sheep. We did a lot of hiking around this island. And this is the beach area where right from the house that we were staying at. So it was super nice. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of like the altitude. Of course, this is the house again. And they actually cooked here for us the whole entire stay for our group of 13. This is the room that we stayed in. Oh, we had 3 beds to choose from. I'm not laughing about it, but it was super cold. I was glad to have those thick wool blankets and they were heavy like your grandma's house. So I slept great. And that's where we ate at. It's a beautiful setting outdoors. The weather was perfect here. Even though we went in November, it was still the start of spring and supposed to be rainy season. It was very beautiful weather. This is the bathroom here, and it didn't have any hot water. And of course, I don't know, the shower didn't work. So that was super weird, but we went with it. And I was very surprised that they actually had a bathroom, and it was nice. And because we read all the reviews, and I was like, well, that's interesting. They cooked for us. This is fresh fish. This is our tour group that stayed with us. And this is me hiking. Me and my husband, we hiked around the whole entire island. It was so, so beautiful. This is actually views of Bolivia and the glaciers. I spent a lot of times in the afternoon just looking at the glaciers. I just couldn't stop looking at them. It was just a gorgeous view. It's something that I've never seen in my whole life and very worthwhile to look at. I felt like, hey, God sent to see something so magical and beautiful. We actually walked these paths. These paths are actually made by the Taquilean women here. It took them 3 years to build these beautiful paths around the island. It makes, the hike easy because these are hills and just elevation is crazy. But the paths, these ladies brought up these stones by hand. These women lived to about 90 years old. They are super fit. This is our host. He was so accommodating, him and his family. And, just loved it. This is them giving us a dance. I'll let you hear that. It's so fun. And it's what's interesting about this. The family has different, garments they wear. And if you're married, you're not married. And the men and the women live together for 3 years before they get married. So I love this tradition. I love listening to how they interact with each other daily and what their cultures are. I just love this family. They were so sweet. This is us. Again, what a great stay. What a beautiful place and a beautiful experience. I will always remember this. And I would say if you're on Lake Titicaca, do this overnight stay with these families. This is just a great